All right, what's happening? So, what we are going to do, because baseball season is coming up, I thought it'd be a good idea to look at who I think is going to win each division. So, starting off with, we are going to start with the AL East division winners, which I believe are going to be the New York Yankees. Um, Toronto's going to be there, the Rays are going to be there, but I think the Yankees are going to be obviously at the top, just because of the roster that they have, a couple of their additions, and some of the subtractions from like the Rays who lost, traded away Blake Snell. So right now I saw the Yankees are projected to win like 97 games. I don't think they're going to be that high. I would say they're going to be closer to 90 than 100. But a couple of the notable additions that they have would be Corey Kluber and Jameson Taillon. A couple pitchers to help shore up that rotation. I'm a big believer in having a good rotation, having a good pitching staff overall. So I think those are some decent moves. A couple of the key guys, got three of them, two pitchers and a batter. Obviously, Garrett Cole, you have him. Uh, his numbers last year weren't were pretty good, but they weren't like what he was doing down in Houston. He had a 2.84 ERA, 7 wins, 3 losses. I mean, you don't usually look at those stats anymore nowadays with starters, but it's an indication of where he's at, and how much of an impact he's having on the team wins. He pitched 73 innings, 94 Ks, 14 home runs he gave up, which is quite a bit. He had a pretty low WHIP at 9.959, and his FIP was 3.89. So, uh, looking at those, not horrible. They're ace material. He's the second best pitcher in New York. That goes to Jacob DeGrom. But his home runs per nine were up there quite a bit at 1.7. That was the highest in his career, over the past couple of years, which is going to happen when you're playing in New York. So not a huge concern. If you can kind of stay on that pace, maybe go back a little bit more to what he was doing in Houston, I think he's going to be fine. They just can't have him fall off. He's a big cog in that rotation. Obviously, he's going to be the ace. So, second pitcher is going to be Corey Kluber. Now, with him, he's going to be quite a question mark. Didn't pitch last year, and in 2019, I believe he had like 4 starts. It was 7 starts, 2019, and he was not good in those 7 starts. He went 2-3 with a 5.8 ERA, a 1.6 WHIP. His home runs per nine were 1, so he wasn't giving up the long ball, but he struggled with just hits overall. Obviously, judging by the WHIP, but he gave up 11.1 hits per nine, which, like, that's not good. That's not ace material. He needs to kind of step it back to what he was doing earlier in his career when they went to the World Series. And then, 2018, he had a pretty good year. 33 starts, went 20-7, which is pretty good, obviously. 2.89 ERA, 9.991 WHIP. They were comparable somewhat to Cole. He doesn't have the strikeout rates that Cole does, but his hits per nine were down 7.5. Obviously, that's a huge improvement from the 11.1 from 2019. Granted, small sample size in 2019, but still, I mean, you can't have he's probably going to be the number 2. You can't have your number 2 doing anything like that. He's got to step it up. If he could be, around 3.5 for an ERA, I think the Yankees would take that. I think that'd be a pretty decent year for him. Last guy we have to look at, Gary Sanchez. He's interesting. He's like almost like an every other year type of guy. The 2 times he made the All-Star team were his 2 good years. He's never been great behind the plate defensively. Obviously, he's got a rocket arm, but just not a great defensive catcher. And if you're not a great defensive catcher, you have to hit. And every other year, he doesn't hit. So last year he didn't hit. So hopefully he can break out and hit and be more like the 2019 version of Sanchez or the 2017 version of Sanchez. Um, Played 49 games last year. Here's his slash line: 1.147 average, 253 and a 365 slugging, 365 slugging, for a 618 OPS and an OPS plus of 69. Nice. Yeah, not nice. Though terrible. All well below his averages for his career. Obviously, well below league average. Just not good. Worst year of his career. He did hit 10 home runs, which isn't bad. 24 RBIs. He only had 23 hits. So if he had 10 home runs, and he had 4 doubles, so that leaves 9 just singles. So just not great. He's got to pick it up and get back to what he did previously in his career. And, if you can do that, it's just another bat in that Yankees lineup. They got Judge, they got Stanton. Those guys got to perform, stay healthy. Obviously, they got Voit too. So Gio Urshela, they're a pretty deep team. They just, if you can get a good year out of Kluber, a good year out of Sanchez, I think they can approach that 100 mark. But I don't see it. I see them closer. I'm gonna go. I'd say under 97 if that's where they're setting the mark at. 96 and a half. I'd say under. I'd take the under. But yeah, they're projected 97 wins. So let me know what you think. We'll see. Excited for baseball coming back, and we'll do another division soon.